Hello again, welcome back. Time for the weather, and this time last week we were discussing the impact of flooding and strong winds. Well, Becky joins us now. Becky, you promised us a change in the weather. You certainly delivered that. What a shift.
I know, it really is. Essentially, the weather this week has been the exact opposite of everything that we've seen so far this year. Now, temperatures last week averaged around 9 degrees by day and around 3 degrees by night. This week, it's been closer to 3 degrees by day and -3 by night. Although that's the average in the last few days, we have had large swathes of the UK struggling to climb even above freezing by day. And temperatures just last night across parts of central and northern Scotland dipped to -10.4. Tons of sunshine, though. Wittering in Cambridgeshire actually saw more sunshine this week alone than they had done in the last couple of weeks. And that's the whole of January so far. So here's another surprising little bonus of the weather this week. You may have noticed that we have seen some particularly beautiful sunsets over the last few days. Well, you'll have the cold weather to thank for that. The colours of the setting sun actually appear more vivid when it's cold. Cold air holds less moisture and fewer particulates, both of which would normally have a sort of diluting effect on the colours. In the cleaner and colder air, those colours appear at their most bold and their most beautiful. And if you live in the central or eastern parts of the UK, you'll be enjoying those beautiful sunsets until at least the middle of next week, whereas the north and the west, the move back to milder, wetter and windier weather has already begun. Let's take a look at the weekend forecast for the full detail.
It's a cold and wet outlook, with some heavy downpours throughout the day. Heinz Big Soup sponsors ITV National Weather.
So we certainly are seeing a real mix in conditions over the next 48 or so hours. So this weekend, it's cold and bright with freezing fog across central and eastern areas, though we are expecting things to turn cloudy, wet and mild from the northwest. Let's get the detail on that then. As we look ahead to the picture for tonight, you can see by the widespread blue tones across our chart that we've got a really cold and clear night to start, but all the time we've got the system working its way in from the west, and that's going to start to introduce something a little bit milder, as you can see already by this real contrast in temperatures. We've also got a warning in force for fog across many of these central areas here, and with those temperatures so low, it's actually freezing fog, which means it's going to be denser and slower to clear. So definitely a hazard if you're out and about tonight or first thing tomorrow. Another cold night to come, and I'm sure that you will be wanting to have your heating on, unlike me, because we've just run out of oil. So not very good timing, a cold night and a cold start to tomorrow. We are expecting to see that fog lingering for a time. All the time, though, we do have that thickening cloud, bits and bobs of rain across the western parts of Scotland into Northern Ireland. And just look at this contrast in temperatures. You saw a fair amount of wintry stuff this week, but now you've got the temperatures rising up actually above the seasonal average, 8 or 9 degrees for you. Gorgeous sunshine, though, once again across the bulk of England and Wales, and temperatures still very cold indeed, so the ground still very hard indeed. Jumping ahead then to the second half of the weekend, and after another cold night, it's a matter of rinse and repeat. We've still got that system making very slow progress across the UK, so rather more in the way of the cloud across northern parts of England and much of Wales. Again, the best of the sunshine across the central and eastern parts, and here once again it's gonna be chilly. Have a lovely weekend.
Heinz Big Soup sponsors ITV National Weather.
So unfortunately for those of us who have run out of oil and are waiting for the oil delivery, it continues to be cold for many, and then towards the end of the week I think it gets cold for everyone once again. So it's definitely a case of wrapping up warm for the time being.
I rather love the cold and crisp. Thank you.
No problem.